Peace and assalamu alaikum, everybody. It is early in the morning ish, 6:13. 8:13. I actually was out about 2.5 hours ago because my son had a situation. I had to pick him up and finish getting him to work. But I wanted to kind of make this video because I always, well, not always, I've made a couple of videos or so talking about how wonderful and dope it is to be back in school. And it is. But I have to tell you, yesterday was not a good day for me. Last week was the first week back for the semester, and I was waiting for the whole 3 weeks. And child, let me tell you, my BFF be laughing at me because I even ironed up clothes, like outfits. Just because I was bored at the time and I had just gotten all these like clothes in from Shein. I was like, let me iron these up and put outfits together for school. But of course, with the weather being what it is, I really haven't even been wearing them because I refuse to wear my cute little outfits with some snow boots. So they're just sitting in the house. So I did last week, and everything was cool. But and then actually I registered as a full-time student, but some stuff didn't go right. And so I'm actually part-time, which I'm not loving, but it is still 3 classes. It's not like I'm not doing anything, sitting the semester out or anything, so I gotta say alhamdulillah for that. But so I did the classes and I only had one class Friday. Then I came to work. I worked Friday, I worked Saturday, I worked Sunday, and I worked second shift. And then Sunday, it snowed and sleeted, and it was horrific, and I made a video about it. And then yesterday, I was just exhausted. I don't know what it is. Sometimes I just kind of get in these sort of, I don't know, like some sort of melancholy, I guess. And I don't know. I was just not feeling it. And so I was supposed to turn in this assignment, and I tried. I just kept, of course I did my procrastination thing because that's what I do. But all throughout the day I was reading, and I was trying to get in some reading and stuff when I worked over the weekend, though it wasn't really going well for me. But I did get in some, and I was doing my notes because I am a note taker. So I read a bunch of stuff that the professor had linked, for us to kind of take into account for our assignment, and I watched what he sent and all that kind of thing. But I just could not get the old gray cells to do right by me. And so eventually I was just like, forget it. I wasn't feeling well. Then eventually I started having headaches. Then I started getting anxious, and which I said in another video, is not something that I normally have, but I think it's because of this Eliquis that I'm on, that it gives me like anxiety. And so I finally kindly emailed my professor because I felt like crap not doing my assignment, but I couldn't force it. And finally I was just like, I can't do this. At one point I was like, maybe I shouldn't be in school. That was just me feeling sorry for myself, because ain't no way in the world, inshallah, I'm not leaving school. First of all, I got loans to pay back, so I better push through this. But I just really had a hard time yesterday and last night, and couldn't get it together. And I mean, some days are just that way. Like, what am I gonna do? It's funny because just the night before, I had a conversation with one of my residents, who she's 100 years old, And I came in her room, like my aide came and told me like she doesn't want to get washed for the night. She doesn't want to get put in her PJs. She said just leave her alone, blah blah blah. So I had to go in with her medication, and had to kind of coax her to take that because she refused it the night before. So I had to try to get it into her, the other night. And so, but we were talking, and she's just like just give me a pile of poison. So I'm like trying to I wasn't trying to gloss over it or make it seem like, oh, you're so crazy, like none of that. I was trying to be empathetic to her and whatever, and kind of talk to her about it and see what was going on and blah blah blah. And just in a nutshell, she was like why am I still here? Like, I don't want to be here, I want to go. And I said to her, like, I absolutely have these feelings sometimes. Like I'm always chipper on camera, and I'm actually chipper in life. Even if, I may not feel like it at the time. First of all, I'm looking whack without any earrings right now. Ooh, child. So I'm usually very chipper in life, to be quite honest. Even if I'm not particularly feeling well inside, I kind of, like, you have to actually know me to know if something is going on. Like, my BFF, like I said, my bestie, called me this morning, and I was like, I said hi, good morning, whatever. He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, what are you talking about? I know something's wrong with you. It's been since yesterday. And I'm just like mind your business type thing. But so you have to actually know me to know, I guess, if something is actually going on with me, because I am usually quite happy, or portray that, give that to the world. But I mean, I absolutely know. But for me, I think I'm kind of good at not getting lost in it. I understand that, at least for myself and my life, my reality, there's balance. So I believe everything has a balance. So it's not going to be all dope for me all the time, and likewise, alhamdulillah, it's not always going to be, I'm not always going to be down in the dumps, or negativity is not always going to be in my life, or what have you. So I just take it as that. Even yesterday, I was just like, I'll be all right tomorrow. And I try to give myself that, you know what I mean? Because it's a human emotion. I'm human. It's a normal human emotion, I think. And my philosophy, spiritual philosophy, and just my understanding of human existence is, this world here is not, this is not where we were originally meant to be. And it's very, very brief. Even if you live 150 years, it's still a very brief time, and compared to the grand scheme of things. And so for me, my reality is that I'm not always going to be happy here, and my spirit is not always going to be cool with being here, because it doesn't want to be here. My true self does not want to be here on this plane, in this world. And I mean, that's just what it is. And so I kind of look at it and accept it for that, and allow myself the time to have those feelings, and take it on the chin, move on. But so like I said, I emailed my professor, and I was real as real as I could be with somebody who I'm formal with. But I said to him, like, listen, I know this is really bad first impression, But, and I said, it's not that I procrastinated. I worked all weekend, and I, read several of the links that you sent to us, took notes, watched the video, but I've not been feeling well all day, and I just can't get my thoughts together. And I'm like, I'm not going to be submitting the assignment. And when I said, I'll prove myself next time after I take this medicine and get some sleep. And that was it. And I could have just not done the assignment. That might seem real goofy and like weird to some people to email the professors, saying such things. But I didn't want to just not submit it. I wanted him to understand, because I think it's disrespectful, first of all, especially this professor puts a whole heck of a lot into putting together assignments and such. Okay, so for me to simply, or at least have possibly have him think that, oh, I just didn't give a crap about this, like whatever, I ain't doing this, that's just, I just think that's disrespectful. But also that's just not my way, you know what I'm saying? And it really bothered me badly to not do that assignment. I think I just messed this up. It really bothered me badly to not do that assignment, but again, I had to accept what I was going through and give myself that, like, period. I can't be all things all the time. I just can't. And I am a little bit of a perfectionist in ways, but so it's really hard for me. It was really hard for me to not turn in the assignment, and then to know that 0 is going to be so hard to come back from. Oh my God, if you've ever had like a low grade, it's so hard to bring that sucker back up. But alhamdulillah, I don't know if this is because I emailed him or whatever the case was, but he responded and told me that I could still submit it, so that was good. But again, I just really wanted to make this video because, one, I'm always trying to give the gravy side of it. Sometimes it's dry as hell, ain't got no gravy. And then also for people to know that if you go through things sometimes, like, it's okay. It's not the end of the world, you know what I mean? Like, even my friend is very, seemed to me to be very like, oh, no, we gotta fix this, because 1, you can't be feeling like this, and 2, you definitely can't be not turning on your work. He's sort of an academic. And so, but you can get that sometimes. I'm giving you permission. You dig? No. But sometimes you can have that, you need that. And so also what I'm trying to do now too, which is a little bit scary for me, even though I travel in my vehicle all over the place whenever I want to go somewhere, see something, I just get up and go. But it's a little bit scary for me to do what I want to do, which is jump on a train and just go for a few days by myself. I don't know for what purpose. I don't know if it's going to do anything for me. But I don't know. But give yourself that. And I'm talking to myself first. Wallah. Try to not overwork yourself. Try to find some balance, because we're only human, man, and we can only do but so much. I know modern day sort of teaches us that we got to do it all, especially for women, I would say, because we normally have a family and all kind of other things. And the men who do that too, but it's more common for the women. We have to do the take care of the family, go to school, go to work, do all kinds of things, deal with everybody else's pressures, take them on for ourselves, and then it's like, where do we get to go? I'm telling you, I have got to get therapy. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this, but I just need to release some things somehow.